Doodle-doo. There it is. Ah! Say something?
Oh.
Yes! I'm so...
Is it working?
I'm five head.
There we go.
What happened was, every once in a while, when I... or you can get on cam if you want. Every once in a while, when I unplug something in and out, I unplugged my headphones last night so I could use my headphones for my PS4, and it took that out. It needed to be put back in, and now the video's not working. Just one fucking...
Yeah, no. Discord sucks with my video for some reason. One thing that will help. No, here, wait. Just recall me, but like request it as a webcam call. That'll work.
Yeah. Bro, fuck my fat fucking life.
Yeah, Discord's very dumb with these things.
There we go. Oh my goodness, now we can finally fucking start. Sheesh! Oh my goodness. Alright, finally. Okay. Hello everybody, welcome to episode 6 of the BingCastᵀ. Today we have Nic Fleury here with us today. He is a no-hit runner who does Dark Souls and is currently on Cuphead, and we're going to talk about Cuphead in a little bit, and we're also going to talk about how fucked up the American school system is for a little bit after that.
Amen.
But first off, tell us about yourself. Let us get to know you.
Myself. Well, my name is Nic Fleury, not to be confused with the McDonald's dessert or the Avengers character Nick Fury. It is my actual name. I'm currently 20, and I what am I? I'm a college student, and I'm going in for digital media and like arts and stuff. So like Photoshop and like photography and all that stuff. I play a lot of games. I'm very not socially awkward, actually. It feels like I would be, and I look like I would be, but I'm not. And I don't know. I just like hanging out with people and playing games and wasting my life away. That's about it.
That seems about right for a Twitch streamer, if I'm not gonna lie.
Hell yeah.
Alrighty. So, Nick, how did you get into streaming? Tell us.
What got me into streaming? So before I did all the Dark Souls and stuff, all I really did was just stream every once in a while whenever I just felt like it. I used to do Call of Duty Zombies. I used to do high round attempts and Easter egg speedrun attempts and stuff. And I used to stream those a lot, but I was like years ago now, and I don't even have those VODs anymore. But yeah, so that was how I started up streaming. And then I just took a little break, and then I played whatever I did, and then I recently got into Dark Souls like about a year ago. And then I just started doing challenges just naturally, like SL1 and just like no death playthroughs. And I said, hey, why don't I just do no hit and just stream it? So I just stream now whenever I want to do any challenge run, and it just ended up becoming what it is right now.
Right, yeah. So, well, I know you said you're 20, you're young. Not a lot to have happened before streaming, but if there's anything, what did you do before streaming?
Not really much. I went to high school. I went to primary school, and I still play games. I still did all these, like, I mostly play competitive shooters. Like Counter-Strike, Overwatch, and probably a few others I can't think of right now. Siege for a little while, but all I did was just what I do normally. And Fortnite, yeah. And let's not forget about that one. And Fortnite. And basically, I don't know, all I did was just everything that I do on Twitch right now, but just not streaming it. Like, I just played games whenever I felt like it, and I just talked with friends. I did not do very many different things, and I never really had a job because I was always in school. So
yeah, me too. I had a job for a little bit. For 2 Halloweens I was at. Do you know Spirit Halloween?
Yeah.
I had a job there, and then they didn't take COVID seriously, so I was like, see ya.
No. Oh yeah.
See ya. I'm not gonna take part in
all these
killing
companies.
people.
I don't know why the hell. Like I'm seeing some of those companies like not that one in particular, but like I'm seeing a bunch of other ones just not taking the right protocols, and it's like it kind of bothers me and pisses me off, but at the same time, it's like why though? Because all it does is hurt your company, right? I don't know
In the long
why.
run,
It
for
hurts your
sure.
reputation. Like I don't see why all these companies are doing this. People are dumb.
Yeah, that what happened was there was a group of people, a family that came in without masks, and I was under the impression that I was supposed to let people know that masks are a requirement. I mean, there's 2 fucking signs as you come in the door saying masks are a requirement, yet they waltz on in here, a big party of 7, like 2 kids, like little kids. And I go up to them and I'm like, "Hey guys, do you guys have a mask?" And they're like, "No." And I was like, "Well, I mean, there's a sign, there's masks are required."
Yeah.
And there's like, "Well, we're not gonna wear a mask, so." And I'm like, "Well, then I'm gonna have to ask you."
A little hair flip. It added so much attitude to
it. So I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. And they're like, "Okay." He starts walking out the door.
Yeah.
I start going back to my cash register, and I just hear, "Didn't know we were in communist China." And
what the fuck?
So I really didn't have anything to say to that. And
I
so
wouldn't know what to say after that.
So what I said was, well, communist China right now has 0 cases. So
yeah, true.
So I walked back. They were walking out, and they started talking more shit. And I finally had enough. And I said, "Get out of my damn store." The mom said, "Don't cuss in front of my child." And then her friend proceeds to say, "You're a fucking loser with no life." And so your friend can cuss in front of your children. I was so tempted to just like lean down and be like, "I'm sorry. I'm sorry your parents are so fucking retarded."
And you didn't? Why? I'm just kidding.
I just needed them to leave. And then I told my superiors about that the next day, and they're like, "Yeah, let's not do that again." And I'm like, "Well, you know what else? I'm not going to do something again, and that's going to be work here." And I walked out.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
I said, "Send my paycheck in the mail," and left.
See, I'm one to typically try. I don't try, but I like to avoid conflict because I'm just not good in those situations. But like, if it's something like a worldwide pandemic, like I'm gonna get involved.
Yeah, especially when it's a place that I work at.
It's
I mean, I won't necessarily.
Especially there.
Yeah, especially if you work there. Oh, jeez, Tyler, why would you do that? Now that
I have the chat open too.
Now that's a bridge well burned, right there.
Nice. Jesus.
I mean, I won't be in Target, targeting people that don't have a mask. But if I'm at my place of work, then yeah, I'm gonna. But I was told that I even though that there's 2 signs as you walk in saying no, mask is a requirement. I was still told to not tell people to leave the store. So I was like, well, I'm gonna leave the store now.
yeah, I'm gonna leave now. That's kind of ridiculous. I remember what was it, last week on Thursday, I was getting like a haircut and a beard trim because I'm too lazy.
Right.
And the guy that was doing it for me was he had his mask on, like I could see his mouth. It was like this.
Yeah, it was fucking around the chin.
I didn't want to say anything because this was also the man who had scissors near my face. So I don't know if I would want to conflict there, so I just left him be. And I just tried not to talk to him when he did that.
Yeah, just hold your breath. It's a hard knock life we living in here.
Exactly.
It's rough out there. That's why streaming for me and watching streams, I'm cozy at home. I don't need to go nowhere. I've got my financial aid from school. We chilling.
Oh yeah.
We big chilling.
Yeah, you're vibing. You're good to go.
Yeah.
You're good.
Yeah. All right, so I know you already kind of said it, but in like so little words, it's but how did you? What was the big? Was there anybody that you watched that did no hit runs? You're like, oh, I want to do that. Like, how did what happened? Was like what was the I'm gonna do no hit challenge runs?
So what it was originally because before I my big game before Dark Souls was Tekken 7, which is a fighting game. And if anybody does here play Tekken, I was a Brian main. And I would try and pull off these really ridiculous combos. And I don't know why. I just wanted to like the most useless combos to learn because they're never going to be useful. But I just want to be able to say I did it once. I did it once or twice, and so
yeah, I did. You know,
so I just kept doing these things
without looking at the combo. I didn't have to pause. I didn't have to pause and remind myself. I did it with full memory. That fatality.
Yeah, like I would make up combos and just combine things and do some weird ass shit. And so I just wanted to do it just to say I could do it. There's no reason why. I was just that bored, basically. Right. And my friends were just like, man, you really like doing this shit. I said, I don't know why. And then they recommended Dark Souls to me. They said after like a first playthrough, after maybe 2 or 3, I could see you totally doing SL1, then Deathless, and then Hitless. I'm like, maybe. Because I remember before that, I tried playing Dark Souls, got invaded, died, and then refunded the game. So, and it was a real player. It wasn't like an NPC invader.
Yeah, no, for real. Yeah.
And so what happened was I was very hesitant to get it again, but I got it. And then I played it through like with a few friends just for something to do.
And this is Dark Souls 1.
And then this is Dark Souls 1. And the game I got invaded in was Dark Souls 3. And
bro, that's so I hate multiplayer in Dark Souls.
Invaders
3.
ruined the game, in my opinion. Yeah. I don't care what anybody tells me. And so
I just always play offline.
Yeah, me too. And so I played it though, and I just as soon as I beat Iron Golem, I instantly fell in love with it. Right. And I just kept going, and I just loved it. And then the next day, I just kept sending my buddies Snapchats. I'm like, oh, I beat ONS. Oh, I beat Priscilla. Oh, I beat this person and this person. They're like, how much did you play last night? And then I reply back, oh,
all
I
of
didn't
it.
even sleep yet. I'm still awake.
Yeah. That's how I was when Dark Souls.
So yeah, no,
when Dark Souls 3 came out, that's how I was. I played it until I beat it. I stayed up for like 36 hours.
Yeah. Oh really?
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's something I'm used to staying up like that though.
I'm not like the longest I've ever stayed up was 2.5 days.
2.5 days. Well, that's hours.
Like that's barely doing much though. Like I didn't play a game and focus. I would just stand around the house.
Wait, 2.5
maybe listen
days.
To some lo-fi.
Lo-fi. 2.5. That's actually that's a long time. 2.5 days.
Yeah, no, it was a long time. Yeah, but you know, like I couldn't be late. I couldn't play a game for that long though. No way.
Well, it was the first time I feel like I legit had an addiction to a video game. I since then I haven't had that kind of addiction where I need to figure it out. I need to play. I need to find out the story.
Yeah.
You know, I just you know, I have this, you know, little thing in my head where I pick some games for stream, I pick some games for recorded YouTube videos, and then I pick one game that I casually play by myself off stream. And whatever that may be, it's you know, there's a process that I have in place for me to not go insane.
Yeah. No, I'm actually a bit similar. I don't really have many games that I choose to like play on stream because I do hitless runs, right? So yeah. You know, it's either like what run do I want to do next? But I do have games that I play off stream all the time. Right now, which this is gonna sound very counterintuitive to what the point of it is, but whenever I'm feeling like really stressed out and just I don't want to think about anything, I legit play God of War on the max difficulty and just go through the game. That's what I'm doing right now.
Which one?
God of War 4.
God of War 4.
It's very, 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 very fucking hard.
Breeders.
But it's very fun.
What is that? Breeders of Knife?
No, don't look up that game. I know exactly what that game is.
What is it? Tell me.
It's
It
like
won't
this.
pop up on
I don't even
stream.
know. I don't even know how to describe the game, but it's like an anime thing, and you can make the most fucked up looking characters of all time, and it's funny as fuck. It's funny,
Oh my
and I
God.
didn't play the game. Yeah. I didn't play it, but I knew a lot of people that played it.
No fucking way. What the fuck?
You can make the weirdest things.
It's just a porn game.
As soon as I heard the word breeders, I instantly knew. It's literally a porn game.
I don't even have to look
It's
up
pretty
breeders
funny,
of Nelfheim porn. It's just that's what comes. Oh my fucking God. Oh my God. I'm gonna take my glasses off so it doesn't.
Yeah, no, I know what that is. I remember my friends brought it up. They're like, "Hey, you want to play this, Nick?" I'm like, "What?"
Absolutely not.
I didn't even.
Well, here's
try it.
Here's the kicker. We're gonna see if it's a Twitch directory. Because if it's a Twitch directory,
and we're gonna see the top streamer. We're gonna rate the top streamer for it after this.
Readers of Nelfheim.
Imagine.
Okay.
I have friends who have 100 hours in it. Are you kidding me?
Oh my fucking God! There is one result. There is one result. A Russian streamer, Roki Rock Princess, 9 months ago, 2 hours, 17 minutes, and 10-second VOD of Breeders of Nilfheim 9 months ago, still has not been taken off Twitch. I can't fucking believe it, dude.
That's impressive.
You know what?
Let's all everybody here keep that Twitch, keep that alive.
Yeah.
Download it, clip it, ship it, keep it. Okay, because the day it goes down, we got some good ass deleted Twitch content to upload to YouTube.
100 hours, Tyler. It's time to get new friends. It really is. It's time to.
Look, there's differences between friends and horny people.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, that's rough. That's rough. I cannot fucking believe.
I like how we went from oh Nick, what got you the no hit to breeders.
Well, I mean, it was kind of on topic because he wants me to no hit it, but
it was a bit on topic. True.
I'm not, and it's on par with it. You know, we're on brand for the stream.
Yeah, true.
Being horny fucking degenerates. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, my chat is too. I'm like the wholesome streamer, and everybody else is like literally like 3 months in horny jail.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny though.
Meme. Then all but one dropped it.
Meme.
Yeah, meme. For that's me. You know, mom walks in at the strip club in GTA 5.
Oh my God, I love those memes.
It's education. I'm learning about the female booba.
Honestly though, no. That's honestly a good argument. Like, do you know how much more I learned about like sex and shit through Pornhub than health class? Let's be real here.
For sure. Yeah, the one thing I
feel
learned.
Bad for like people before the internet. They could not figure it out the fun way.
Yeah. They had to get lucky, or die alone.
Definitely Pornhub also teaches you how fucked up people can be too.
True, and it's probably why they deleted like 10 million.
They mass
videos.
deleted everything.
I can't believe it, dude. I'm so angry. I had to resort to X videos now. I was because I had an idea called porn review where I just look at the weirdest shit, and I was gonna upload my shit to Pornhub, and on my Patreon, and then there was like you have to be verified, and I was like, well, fucking miss me with that shit. I'm not gonna take time to do it, but you don't have to. Wait, what did you just say? If you like porn, son of a bitch.
Dude, today I went over to Nico's stream, Dinos in Jail, and I literally donated that as a bit thing, and I just heard the text to speech and read it. So
You'll love
has a stroke. I feel like I'm gonna have a stroke right now.
Yeah, wow, that's rough. What a great copy pasta.
It is a very good copy pasta.
When I
found it earlier, that was all I did. I just spammed it on anybody who was live that I knew.
All right. Well, let's move on to. We got a couple more questions here, and then we can dive into bullshit school systems. What's the run that got you onto Team Hitless?
Dark Souls 1. Dark Souls 1. The reason why I did DS1 is because, well, you know, it was the game that got me into the series. It's my favorite of the series. Don't at me. And like I did so many playthroughs of that game, so many SL1 playthroughs and Deathless playthroughs before I went for no hit. So naturally, I just like, yeah, like out of all the Souls games, I'm just naturally better at this one.
Right.
So I just went for that one.
I'm the same way
and I
with
got it quick.
DS3. I'm quite decent at DS3.
DS3 took me so long. Like DS3, I only did one playthrough and one SL1 before I went for straight for no hit, and it took me 3 months.
I feel bad for Weed because he hates Dark Souls 1 now because of the hitless route. Like he says that he's enjoying a casual playthrough, but he absolutely hates just everything about the hitless route.
The difference between DS1 and 3 is the late game in 3 is a lot more fun and more intense, but the early game in 1 is actually enjoyable and not running from Vort to Abyss Watchers for 25 minutes.
Truth. Yeah,
I hate the early game in DS3.
That's one of the reasons why it's not a game that I, play as much as I did when it came, because it was all new to me. Obviously, when it came, that was the first FromSoft game that I played. Actually, Bloodborne was the first FromSoft game, but it was DS3 was the first one I finished.
Okay.
And I was really surprised with my skill the first time I played it. Like, I have no proof. No, there's no obligation to believe me, but I first tried Cinder. It was a total accident.
I second tried Cinder.
Yeah, but I could.
And also everybody fucking hates me for this. I first tried Owl on Sekiro as well.
I second tried Owl. So we've got. I was very surprised on how easy
it took. My friend an entire day.
And Owl was.
He wanted to throw me out a window.
It took me. With my first playthrough of Sekiro, I did Immortal Severance, which was a fucking mistake, because.
No, I did too.
What happened was, I got to Immortal Severance, or I got to the ending, and I just sat there for like 7 to 8 hours straight until I fucking beat it, because I was like, I'm not leaving this chair until I fucking get this piece of shit. And I got to I replayed that. I did that boss over and over and over again so much that I got to the I guess it would be the fourth phase, the last phase of Ishin, hitless. Fucking hitless.
Oh really? No.
I learned
my Ishin
everything.
Fight was hitless.
I learned everything.
Yeah.
It was
Ishin was the hardest and longest boss for me. Like it's the hardest boss I've ever beaten in video game history for me.
Yeah,
but it's one of my favorites.
It's really good.
So good.
It's really good.
And I learned the fight so well that the only hit that I took was one shot from his gun in my first completion of him.
It was
one lightning attack, but that was it. It was such a good. And also, I didn't know about lightning reversals. I forgot about them. So I actually dashed through all the lightning reversals.
Same, yeah, me too. What I tried to do is I tried just kind of dodging forward, but I realized that you have to just run through it, because he's going backwards too. So if you dodge and you're going at the same pace, but with I didn't even necessarily get hit by Ishin himself. It was just one of the fucking lightning pillars that came down when I beat him. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's still pretty impressive. Like in Sekiro, either is gonna be after I get Cuphead, because I have 5 runs I want to do. Right. It's either gonna be Sekiro next or Bloodborne. Either one.
I'm thinking about Sekiro speedruns.
Yeah, I know you've been saying that a little bit. Honestly, go for it. It looks like a really fun one to speedrun.
It does look fun. I love watching it, and those I watched the speedruns for like any other FromSoft game, and I was just like, that's that.
Yeah.
I'm too smooth brain to figure that out. But like
No, I
the
know you got
skips.
Rez on here next week.
Yeah, yeah. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah, talk
be
about Sakura to him.
okay for sure. But like the skips are very straightforward. They look not too difficult. The only thing I think I'll have a problem with is the delayed jumps and the monkey skip. But and
I think Genobu will also be a difficult one. You can
yeah,
skip him to the first
yeah,
boss, yeah. But
the
that's all I know.
the dead angles, all that stuff, they look very straightforward.
Hmm.
And I haven't seen anybody do speed runs solely on console, so I want to try that for the extra challenge.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I mean, no, it makes sense why there's not, I guess.
I mean, but you can
It's
they do it on PC because of the higher FPS quality
yeah.
on Steam.
Well,
But
yeah, that makes sense.
I'm just not gonna buy Sekiro again. I don't I already have it. The extra challenge, it would be
Hmm.
cool to try see what kind of skips can be done solely on console, because I think I have the Pro, the PS4 Pro. So
Hmm.
I don't know what the FPS for that is. I think it's just
I
under
think I
60.
think it's 60, but I'm not too sure because I remember because when I got the PS5, I remember there was like this whole thing saying like, oh, Bloodborne and Sekiro are finally like 60 FPS. So
Yeah.
that made me think, oh, it wasn't 60 on the Pro then, because I never owned the Pro. I always owned the first generation shitty PS4,
Yeah.
and that's why I never got to play God of War. I would only run at like 10 frames, and it was just unplayable.
Right. Yeah. The
Mhm.
I'm gonna be honest. I can't tell the difference. I've been looking at Bloodborne playthroughs on both PS4 and PS5. I can't see a difference.
There's no difference at
And
all.
it doesn't feel different
It's
either.
it doesn't feel different. The only difference is like your game doesn't look like it's a slideshow after you beat Vicar Amelia, and also it just runs smoother, but it's still 30. Like it's
Yeah.
they don't have
And
60
I can
frames. I don't know
see
why I said Bloodborne had 60. I did not mean to say that earlier.
yeah, I can see why, you know, you for especially for speed runs and no hit runs, why you would want the highest
Hmm.
um FPS possible. But for me, I just think it'd be
Yeah.
an extra challenge, and that I'd be like, "Ooh, good job."
World record on console, baby. Let's
Yeah,
go.
let's go. All right. So the DS1 hitless. How long did that take?
It took me about a month.
A
I took
month.
off a couple of weeks, but then I went back to it like after a few weeks because I was just busy with school stuff, and then I got it pretty quickly after that.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I remember asking, I think it was CBD, about like how do you continue, because like, you know, these things are resetting all the time, doing the early game over and over. It's like, how do you cope with that and deal with that? And
Right.
he said this one thing that'll always, like, I don't know why I never thought about it, but it just makes sense. He said, never under any circumstances get attached to your run until you see the credits,
Oh.
because if you do, it's going to lead to disaster.
Right.
And then
That
when I
makes
thought about that, I'm like,
a certain
yeah,
amount of sense.
that makes sense. Disaster. And then
Right.
he was the
And then
reason I
when
pretty much went back to the
a
run.
certain amount of sense. Yeah.
And I got it really quickly, actually.
DS1 seems, cause I ONS man.
ONS.
I watched
So
Dinos
Owen
with
Monka
it.
S took me a long time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And even with the new quote unquote cheese, it's still a bullshit fight.
Yeah, like, and I'm always going to tell people this. I teach people Dark Souls 1
Mhm.
because
You taught Rez,
I've
yeah?
gotten the run like 4 times now. I taught Rez and I taught a little bit to Brightmares as well.
Mhm.
Not the whole run though. It was very late for me, but Rez has a one hit PB now after like about less than a month,
Oh yeah.
because the way I taught him was really like, it was really informational, because it's a lot better to teach a person one on one than it is like through a screen, because like Nico's guides, for example, it's very good. Like he explains a lot of it, but he doesn't explain absolutely everything. But in a call, you could do that all day. Like I told him, like, here's 4 different ways to go through catacombs. You choose what one you like more.
Yeah,
there's 5 for this area, 3 for this. You know,
Squilla's videos, Dino's videos, they all are telling. They're all going through which one worked, because they're just rewatching the VOD and telling you why this worked because you got the run. But for me, when I'm finished routing Lego Star Wars, I'm ready to run it. At least the first.
Is it
episode.
possible?
It's 100% possible. Damageless.
Let's go.
Everything's figured out. I'm super ready, but just be warned, y'all are probably going to be seeing a lot of the first 2 levels.
Dude, the video that you sent me, it looks so stressful.
It took me an hour and a half to come up with that, and it took me I just sat down and did level for level, found out which ones worked. There's the level 3. You start off as a character with a gun, and so you can't block blaster bolts like I did in the first level or the second level. But what you can do is, if you just continuously press the attack button, like the shoot button, when an enemy blaster bolt comes at you, it'll just automatically dodge.
Okay.
So yeah, cool. So I figured that out. Do you remember much from Lego Star Wars?
I remember one trick that really stuck out to me. I don't remember exactly what it was, but you like jumped above the door, like a door, and then you did like a slam, and like it killed a bunch of the guys coming out, like as they were about to shoot.
Yeah, that's the one where
I'm like, oh, that's pretty smart.
The timing has to be right there. But what I meant is like playing it normally. Like, do you remember the levels?
I do not remember at all.
Okay,
it's been so long.
A lot of people I talked to, they were saying that they thought that in episode 1 there's the pod race level, and they thought that was going to be the hardest, because of the Tusken Raiders shooting. But all you have to do is hug the wall right under them, and you can just go by. So it's actually the easiest one.
Oh, really?
There's almost no way to get hit if you hug the wall the way I do.
That's cool.
Level 5 is the hardest because it's the longest, so it's like artificial difficulty. But as long as I feel like if I get past that, if I get to level 5, that's the one that's going to end. Whenever I get to there, it's going to be the one that ends it the most, because of like there's a lot of RNG based stuff, and sometimes the control inputs don't get put in correctly. But I would say most of it is skill. But yeah, 0 damage, episode 1, Lego Star Wars: A Complete Saga is 100% doable.
I mean, and that'll be a world's first too. Right?
Yeah, well, I already got the world's first for the first level because I uploaded that. I haven't. I scoured the interwebs. I couldn't find anybody that did it, and I'm trying to find everybody I've asked to run with me, or like, yeah, maybe, or no.
I was looking for. I mean, I'm not still. I got one, but after I got Cuphead and a little bit more stuff, me and another Cuphead runner by the name of Muckworm, we're gonna be doing co-op damages.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
That's gonna be hell. We did a baseline run. I had a 2-second input delay and had to play on a controller.
Oh gosh.
And I got a 50 hit baseline, which was still, I think that's pretty good for those circumstances. But he had like 12.
That's actually a good segue, because the last question here is, tell us about Cuphead and what it takes to what it takes to no hit.
So,
go into as much detail as you can.
So I thought about this. Yeah, no, I wrote down notes. This is by far the longest answer.
Right,
so
good.
A lot of people asked me. So a lot of people have asked me, like,
slumping.
Oh yeah, no, my chair broke. I'm not too sure if you could see it back there.
Oh no!
But my chair is like upside down, so the wheels are fucked. So now I'm just sitting in just a fucking like dinner table chair. No. I fucking hate it. And so anyway,
we're slumping.
But yeah. So Cuphead though, I've only been on that run for about a month. And I already have a 2-hit baseline.
Yeah, that's crazy.
2-hit PB, and I've had it for a long time. And people kept asking me, it's like, how is your PB so low so quick? How? Because I may have told you this, but a lot of people that don't know, I only beat the game for the first time the same week I started running the game. So, and I only had about 8 hours in the game total. So they're like, how on earth is this man like just annihilating everything? And I said, because I was Sublime's first student. Nobody else knows his strats except me.
Yeah, well, you mean
like he taught me it because
there's a difference between watching and getting firsthand experience.
Yeah, so he doesn't have a guide out yet, and he said he's working on it. He says it's almost done. I'm not too sure. I might message him about it because I'm curious. But to this day, I am still the only one in the world, I think, besides him, that knows some of his strats for the bosses. And so that, because of that, in my opinion, at least, Sublime is by far, not even a question, the best Cuphead player in the world.
He's a machine.
Okay. So because of that, I technically am the only person other than him that knows all the world's best strats for all these bosses. So that's why I'm just annihilating them so fast.
Wasn't he the
But
first
now
to
I'm
get Cuphead?
currently in the thing. Pardon?
Wasn't he the first to get Cuphead?
No, he was second, actually. This other guy named Soul was the first.
Soul.
And this was a few years ago, actually. So SOL.
Okay.
Now he did a pea shooter only run, and he was the world's first. Jeez. But he's not on team hit list. But I am close to being the 6th in the world to do it.
Yeah, man. I mean,
and
those one-digit numbers feels good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. That's been my main inspiration.
Yeah, I think I said this to you after I was done routing Lego Star Wars, that I feel like I just watched my child get born.
You're born, yeah. I remember you said that in my chat. That was pretty funny. And I'm like, I get that.
It's so true.
Because I get it, because like with DS1, like I said, when I was teaching Res the run, I made up so many strats for DS1 that I am going to take full credit for. I don't care. Okay, because I figured them out. I never seen anybody else do them until I started doing them.
Right, I'm the same way.
Public and like showing them off to other people.
Right.
One of them being the Crystal Golem, the golden one heading to Seath. I figured out a way to completely get around him without him even attacking you.
Oh.
Nobody else has ever done it. Everybody else ran by him, but I figured out a strat to not even make him see you.
That's crazy.
And when I showed it off in the Discord, everybody started doing it.
Yeah.
I made up so many strats for that game. And so I get exactly what you mean. And I'm routing out 0 damage for that game.
Yeah.
As well. Like, as my own first full route. I've never routed out a game fully before.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Squilla's doing 0 damage trilogy, and so he's got his strats. I think Squilla is the biggest. Well, I mean, he created Team Hitless, but he's the biggest Team Hitless member doing 0 damage, because Hob doesn't really do 0 damage. Yeah. That's why I'm not expecting him to want to run it with me, because Zoe said he's going to show, she's going to show my Star Wars vid to Hob, and when she said that she would show him, I threw up because I was like, oh my.
No, I get that.
I'm one step closer
for sure
to my boy.
Like,
he's an idol of mine for sure.
Oh yeah, no, Hob is great. I actually watched an entire archive of his stream yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Not even realizing that his reformed thing is gone, because I'm just too used to old Hob.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just realized like 30 minutes ago.
Right. Yeah. I don't know if you were there for when he deformed, but it was the funniest, coolest shit I've ever seen on Twitch.
I watched it back. It was funny because I was watching that stream, but then I left because I had to. I don't know. I think I had to do something. I know I did, but yeah. And then I left, and I did not expect him to deform himself. Sorry, there.
Yeah.
And that was very funny.
Well, he was planning.
He's just like, "Fuck you, twats."
Yeah. He was planning on getting the God run and then doing it, but I think it worked out better getting hit and then him pretending that someone was telling him to kill himself or whatever.
Yeah.
But
Jesus.
Yeah, I was talking to Squilla about more games being on the hit list roster, and he was talking about he wants the games to not be easily achievable, obviously.
Yeah.
But I talked to him specifically about some Bethesda games, and he said, yeah, it could be a possibility soon. I said not New Vegas, because New Vegas is too easy, but like and not only is it really easy to get, but it's also like an hour and a half long run. So.
Well, I mean, Bloodborne's like 40 minutes.
Yeah, but
Cuphead's less.
It's still a.
They're also hard though.
They're still very fucking hard. But I will feel complete, and I will retire my brain if Lego Star Wars Zero Damage gets on the roster.
That'd be cool.
Because that shit is not easy. It's
no
ridiculous.
It doesn't look easy.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, I'll tell you this: I will not run it because it just doesn't look too easy. And I'm doing Cuphead.
Yeah. Well, I honestly I can't gauge between that because Cuphead is hard as fuck, and
so every time Rez shouts me out. Yeah, so every time Rez shouts me out in his Twitch, he's every time without fail. He hasn't come to his senses at all about it. Every time without fail, he just goes, "I cannot believe or fathom or comprehend Cuphead no damage."
Well, no damage.
I'm like, yeah, no, I guess
technically the same, right?
Yeah. Okay. So in Cuphead, yeah. However, the reason I say damageless is one, it is damageless, and to people who don't watch hitless runs, damageless sounds more impressive. So, gotta get the extra clicks.
You can also, it's also more easily understandable. It's like, well, what is hitless? What constitutes as a hit? And once you hear damageless, it's like, oh, he's just not taking damage while playing.
Oh, he took damage, all right. Invalid run.
Yeah, for sure.
As every one of my streams go.
But yeah, Cuphead, man. I want to play it like casually.
There's more to Cuphead than people think, like the damageless run too. Like a great example being a BingCastᵃᴹ. So I'm gonna really quickly explain what that is.
Please do.
So
I can't wrap around my head.
Yeah, so really quickly, so whenever you so how much do you know about Cuphead?
I know it's a game that can be played on consoles or PC.
Yeah, okay. So Cuphead, there's like a bunch of weapons that you can get, right?
Yeah, well,
one of them being like a pea shooter, which is like a blue it's a pea shooter.
Yeah,
and
there's a vid I watched about. So I know about all the weapons and stuff, like Pyrocynical's video on it. I watched that.
Yeah.
But what I said was
Pyrocynical really likes this game. I know that. I know he's a big fan of it. So yeah, but a BingCastᵃᴹ though. So every weapon is very unique, and every weapon has an EX move, which is like a more powerful shot version of that gun. So basically, and if anybody in chat watches Cuphead at all and doesn't know anything about the run, I'll say one thing that you probably never even noticed. Because you can have a primary shot and a secondary shot. You could have two, right? You could have like a shotgun and a long range gun. And so you can basically you can switch between the two just whenever you want. Like if you find that you're closer, then you can switch to your shotgun shot, right?
Right.
So if anybody watches Cuphead, look above their HP bar. You'll see them switch between weapons. We switch between weapons way more than people think. Way more, and we're not spamming it. We are doing very, very precise inputs to like pull off a BingCastᵃᴹ swap. Here, wait, take a look at this. Actually, is it possible for you to look at a screen share? It'll explain it a lot easier.
Yeah, let me pull that up. Here we go. Is this you?
Yeah, this is me playing in Cuphead right now.
So
basically, you see how the name? No idea. It's just the creators were on something. They had to have been. I don't know. This game is completely wacky and bizarre.
It's an intended thing.
What were you saying?
It's an intended thing, like the.
Yeah, like
I thought it was like a skip.
Caliva swap? No, okay, so basically, if you look down there in the bottom corner, you see my HP down there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So basically, whenever I switch between weapons, you could see the little symbol change above it.
Yeah. Okay.
Switching between these two weapons. So a Caliva swap, whenever you're shooting your weapon, right, you can do something called an EX move right here, which is it's like an upgraded version of that attack, like that.
Mm-hmm.
And if I pull out the shotgun, then it's like that. So every weapon has like their own unique EX. And so whenever I'm shooting the pea shooter, you see how I stop shooting for like a second just to like let out the shot?
Uh-huh.
Did you notice that? So a Caliva swap is I switch between them to get out a little bit of extra DPS.
Oh shit.
In between like the EX coming out. So yeah, that's a Caliva swap. So you could see how often down there by my HP, how often I switch weapons on a run. And there's so much more to it, but that's like the basic understanding of a Caliva swap. So yeah, like there's a lot more to it than people think, and it does make it harder for sure.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that's something else that goes into learning damage list for Cuphead.
For sure.
For sure.
It's
hard to explain a Caliva swap.
Well, it's hard to watch sometimes. My brain.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot going on.
It's a little fuzzy. So there's a new thing I want to start with the BingCast is a question that wasn't in the part of the ones that I sent to you. So it puts you a little bit on the spot. But this one's an easy one. What would you do? What would you do with $1 million?
With $1 million? That is a good question.
Just plopped in your lap, and you're like, shit, now I get to spend $1 million. What would you do?
I get to spend $1 million. I will make a Mr. Beast video. No, so I probably I'm making Mr. Beast video, make it all back. Nah, but I don't know. Actually, it depends. So I'd maybe give it out, like not give it out, but I give it a little bit to friends that need it. I would, get myself some stuff.
Obviously.
$1 million, and then I don't know, probably invest the rest. I feel like if you're gonna hoard a bunch of shit, what?
You don't often hear people saying, "I'm gonna invest it."
Yeah, no, like, well, why not, right? Like, if you just keep it building up, it's gonna get fucked by inflation. So why not? But like, I feel like if you have a bunch of like anything, right, that anybody can benefit from, money is a great example of it.
Yeah. Right.
I feel like if you don't need all of it, but anybody can benefit from it, why not give some of it away, right? Like what I did was I'm fine for money right now. So what I did was my emote artist, who's pretty much my best friend right now, and they're moving, right? They actually just moved today. And they had negative money, like negative like $50 in their bank.
Oh no.
And they were really stressed about it. And they're an artist, so they do like emergency quick art for people just to make some money. Right. And like they didn't lose it from like gambling addiction or anything. Like don't worry about that. It was they got laid off their job with COVID and kicked out of their house.
Yeah, that's
and
rough.
So what I did was I did a couple streams behind their back. And I said, hey, yo, any money that gets donated to me till Friday will go straight into helping them out.
Oh.
And I then realized there how nice a community can be, no matter how small it is. Within 3 days, I got $400 to just really quickly get her back on her feet.
Wow.
And and then I gave it to her in a really stupid way, but it was fun.
Did you get on one knee and open a box?
And she what?
Did you get on one knee and just like, here's money?
No, what I did was we both watched this one YouTuber. I forgot his name, to be honest, right now, but I took like a minute of one of his videos, and then I clipped it, and then I took the video, and then I recorded me like with my webcam. What I did was I'd like make noises with my mic covering up my webcam. Then I'd reveal myself. I'm like, look behind the TV right here. And then it just had a bunch of money taped to the back. It was just a fun idea.
Yeah, I was just throwing it in her. I was like, here, bitch.
I should have done that. I should have been like, yeah,
Get fucked.
Maybe like have it like a strip club.
Man.
I mean, yeah, no, there's not really a pole down here. Yeah, that would not work. Maybe the guitar. She's shorter. Yeah, no, but I gave that to her though, and like I felt really good about that. And then I'm not even kidding you. After that, I just went over to my buddy Tarot Skulls stream, and I was just talking to him about like, hey, you know, like community raised this is awesome. He felt bad about not donating because money was tight, and I'm just like, fuck it, and then I just gave him $100 as well.
Right. Yeah, that's actually that's really cool.
So yeah, no, I just so if you have too much of anything that everybody can benefit from, I think it's kind of scumbaggy to hoard it. So I give it away a little bit, spend a bit on me, and then invest the rest.
That seems like a smart idea. All right, well that's the end of the
7 head.
Yeah, that's the end of the questions, but we do have a little bit more to talk about. We can go for maybe like another 20 minutes.
Yeah. Sure.
The fucked up school system in America.
Fucked up. Look, I'm Canadian, but it sucks here too.
I'm sure it did.
It's not really much different.
If it's anything like Common Core here, it's dog water. We both have stories.
Dog.
Fuck all schools. Yep. I agree, Tyler. Fuck all schools that don't give you money.
So
my
I'll start out right away.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. Yeah, no, you were talking there. I interrupted.
Well, I was just saying, you know, community college, they're fine because I get money.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I like my community college. They're awesome. But no, so with my story though, I don't know if many people know this, right? But I mean, I bring it up every once in a while, but like, you know, on stream, whenever I fail to read very basic words, like, yeah, I'm very dyslexic, right?
Dyslexic.
I'm very dyslexic. I have a bunch of these disabilities and I have a bunch of other stuff that I just could not control at birth, right?
Yeah.
And so, you know, I have a bunch of these issues and, well, not issues, but I have a bunch of these things. And
I would say
basically, you know,
because they
hinder. I mean, yeah, okay. I just didn't want to get the wrong impression there, but
I call my shit issues.
Anyway, yeah, me too. So yeah, I have a lot of issues though, like that, like learning and reading, and I have to learn very specific ways. I have to ask very stupid, specific questions to understand this littlest thing, and I have to understand how everything works to understand one little thing.
I feel it.
So, you know, the school system for me growing up never really got that for me. Like they put me in all these like special classes and they give me all these special courses and different worksheets. Just never really clicked with me. But like college is fine with it right now though. They have like more, because you're paying, like the quality is a lot better of what I'm paying for. Mm-hmm. But like growing up though, like I had an IEP that basically fucked over everything that I wanted to do in high school. I had to repeat classes that I already did because I couldn't take other classes at all. And then I wouldn't spend much effort on those classes. I did gym like 3 times. And I'm a fucking fat ass, okay? It does not work out well.
I'm getting a tummy too.
Okay, so me doing gym a bunch of times, like, does not work out very well for me. and so I just stopped putting in a lot of the effort because, you know, I already have this class. Why do I got to take it again?
Right.
I also had a science class. I also finished up arts, like all my art stuff. Like, why am I having to do this again? And I'm like, oh yeah, because I can't take woodworking or I can't take robotics class, right? Because my IEP is just fucking me in the ass.
For stupid, unnecessary reasons. My IEP wasn't great either. I had a lot of classes that, like you said, I couldn't take. I had things I wanted to do, but I couldn't. The main problem with me is that I not so much anymore, but I needed my handheld. And I wasn't getting what I needed. No matter how, you know, stingent the IEP was to give me all the extra help that I needed, it just wasn't working. And so I just stopped, you know, putting in the effort. I I had to go to summer school. I didn't I didn't do anything. I didn't do homework. I would get decent grades on tests because I'm always able to remember stupid little shit, especially if it's fresh. Um,
I can't.
but I would get terrible grades because I never did the homework, and the homework was always the most important, which
Yeah.
is really stupid. I hate homework is very unnecessary in my opinion,
I'd
and
say it depends on the class for homework if it's necessary or unnecessary. Like if it's like for example, I'm in a stress management class, right? Like
mhm.
one of the points of that class is to do like meditation as your homework. Like something like that I can get, but I
Well,
don't need to learn about how Henry VIII killed the women
yeah,
when I'm sitting back trying to play video games. Like
yeah,
and
it's
so because of that though, right? Like we're behind. Like I feel so behind and that stresses me the fuck out a lot.
mhm.
Like I don't know shit. I never learned math. I don't know anything about math.
I couldn't
I
tell
never
you.
learned how to read things. Like all that shit. Yeah, exactly. Like and because of that, right? The schools they never really gave us the right tools, at least for me, at least. And
Mhm.
you know, it sounds like it is for you too to actually succeed. They would handicap us a little bit,
Yeah.
which it's nice to be a little bit handicapped, but you know, it's still a major issue. Like I can't I don't know so many basic human things that we're gonna need to learn. I never
Yeah.
learned how to do my fucking taxes.
Yeah, me neither. I didn't learn grammar until seventh grade. I spent
Yeah.
7 years of school without knowing what the fuck a comma was. Um, for me, I really lucked out my senior year. I'll just say my senior year of high school where I was, it was a charter school. There was like 23 students total. It was like one big room connected to smaller classrooms. We were super close knit,
Hmm.
tight, basically a family. It was really good. No homework, no stress. I was able to finally just get shit done.
Yeah.
You know, I for the first time I was able to worry about school and at school only. Um, but how I got
Yeah.
there is the problem.
No.
My story is how I got arrested because of a broken law system, a broken school
Hmm.
system, and a broken brain up here because of how everything was treating me. I've told this story
Yeah.
before. I'll tell it till the day I die because of how fucking batshit stupid it is. I wrote a
Rightfully
poem.
so.
I wrote a poem um, about my feelings of anger. It was very
Hmm.
graphic. It was very violent, and it helped me relax a bit because I was able to.
Yeah.
I'm a writer. I've written 2 books. I've written a bunch of short stories. I've written countless poems. I'm a writer. That's how at the time I was able to get my stuff out. I had
Hmm.
been pressured by some friends then to get Snapchat. That was the first time I had gotten Snapchat, and I had 7 to 8 people from the school that I was before senior year. I um I shared it. I put that poem on my story. Um, and two two of the people on my friends list screenshotted it and sent it to the teacher that they thought it was about. I,
Oh.
till the day I die, will say it was not about her. She was the problem and why I was angry, but definitely nothing in that was about her. It was about the system. And I made it very clear at every hearing, at every court hearing I went to, that if it was about her and I wanted her to see it, I would have handed her the fucking piece of paper and watched her read it.
Yeah.
That's what I would have done. So I ended up spending 29 days in jail because of a misunderstanding and a broken school and law system that broke my First Amendment right to speak whatever I speak. There was no guns in the
freedom of speech.
Freedom of speech. There was no mention of guns in the poem. I was told on many occasions that the officers that were there at my house that day expected to find guns everywhere, like black curtains, a bunch of satanic things, a gun case ready to go. Everything's black and nothing. But what they said was, we expected to see all that, but instead we got an orgy of evidence that this kid is still 10. Like, he's still a 10-year-old kid at heart.
So basically, if I ever by the way, actually, what was the jailing experience? Like, how was it? Is it not as bad as people think?
No,
is it worse than people think?
It was juvie, but
well, yeah, you were 10.
Well, no, I was 16, but they were saying that this kid, I look at all this shit. This is all stuff from when I was 10 to now. Now nothing's changed, so that's what they were saying, like 10, but I was 16. No. The jail / juvie experience that you see on TV is not at all the same.
No, in a good or bad way.
I would say it leans a little towards both, because I mean, obviously you're still locked up, you're still in a cell. You get let out when they let you out to go to the basketball court or whatever. I lost like 20 pounds there because of the food.
Really?
Yeah.
What was like because I know you have to eat at like very strict time or very precise times, but like what was the meals?
Actually, it wasn't that bad, and the meals, at least where I am in California, the prison, the jail, and juvenile hall, they all get served the same exact thing. So there's sometimes there's burgers, sometimes there's chili. It depends on what meal it is. So like breakfast, you'll maybe get some toast, a little bit of eggs, stuff like that. I mean, it was food, but it was low quality food, and
of course
it low carbs, low fats. So obviously you're gonna lose weight, especially when every day.
Oh, I should try that.
You go out. No. Well, actually, funny that you mentioned that. I wasn't gonna bring it up until I started it. And if anybody wants to do it with me or before me, go right ahead. I'm gaining weight. I've got some titties. I've got a stomach. My thighs are thick as fuck. I want to go on a diet, but all the diets that I have seen or tried before, they're just boring. They don't work. I don't like it. But
same for me.
When I was in jail, when I was locked up, that's when I lost the most weight in my entire life. So what I wanted to do was go to the county, whatever, ask for their menu. And I call it the prison diet, and I want to see with same conditions as you eat at this exact time, you exercise at this exact time, you go to bed at this exact time, you wake up at this exact time. I have a problem with eating at night, and I eat at night right before bed, therefore nothing really gets digested or
processed.
So I wanted to try this where I remember a very, we had mattresses like this thick on concrete. So what I want to do is I would get a really thin mattress, sleep on the floor. I didn't have a pillow. I had two sheets, one that I wrapped around my arm and did that with, and then one to cover myself. So I wanted to see, with the 29 days that I spent with what I lost, I wanted to see if that would work. My original plan was to go in there, say, hey, I'm doing this experiment. Can you lock me up actually for 30 days? It takes 30 days to make or break a habit. So I thought that would be the perfect time frame. And I thought it would be even more interesting if they could put me in solitary, let me have a camera where I can, vlog, and when I get everything done, I can put it in episodes, right? and call it the prison diet, because the prison diet will get fucking clicks.
No, actually, that's a really interesting idea. Like, I feel like, being locked in solitary confinement, like, for sure that would, like, I feel like that would also lead to, like, some other issues, though. Like, insanity, like, you're being isolated so much, right? Like, you don't get to see as many people either.
Well,
But at the same time, like,
yeah,
yeah,
I
like, your idea
secluded
of the diet.
myself when I
Yeah.
first did it. I
Oh,
wasn't
okay.
in actual solitary, but I stayed away from everybody. I didn't talk to anyone.
Yeah.
I would
I was
talk.
gonna say, are the people there bad too?
The kids I were locked up with actually did crimes. There was a couple. There was like someone that stabbed another kid. A couple
Mm-hmm.
rapists. Other people that are just very violent. None of
Yeah.
which I am or was.
No.
But I don't think any county jail would be like, yeah, we'll lock you up. I don't think that they would be
No,
with that.
they
But
probably
so
wouldn't.
at least I would want to get their exact menu so I can get that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And just do that and record it. Wake up, go to bed. Here's me eating. This is what I'm eating. Here's this is what day it is. All that kind of stuff. But if anybody wants to, I'm gonna start it soon. I want to start it at the beginning of a month that has 30 days. So, like April, but I'm not gonna do it next April because I don't have the stuff for it. But
April Fools.
But a day that a month that has 30 days, so I can do that exact habit thing and see where it goes. That's the main.
That'd
thing.
be interesting. I would definitely watch that for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like the prison diet too. It's a good name. Like you said, for clicks, right? That works.
Yeah.
Now I also know what you mean by the whole like you wrote a poem or something, put it up on Snapchat.
Yeah.
Mine wasn't violent, but I made a song about because that's something I forgot to say about me and in my introduction. I am a fucking music geek. I listen to everything except like rap pretty much.
Right.
And even then I listen to like old school rap. But
yeah, my rap song
yeah, so I wrote a song about your rap song is the best rap song on earth. But especially the line about sucking dick.
Yeah, that's my favorite part.
So so yeah, no, but I wrote a bunch of thoughts on a notepad. And I brought it up to people. Like I brought up the bugs. I brought it up on stream a little bit. But I didn't promote it. And I didn't like upload it anywhere. And I have one person that's actually making the song, but when it comes out, I'm not going to promote it because one, I feel like people are going to get the wrong idea from me. Like they're probably going to think, oh man, this guy's been depressed for his whole life. Or they're probably going to be like, oh, he's like crazy and shit. But I'm like, no, I just had to get my thoughts on paper. Like I have the notepad with all the lyrics still.
That's
but
what I did.
And I've been told that they're grid. Like, and I mean, if you want it, I can send it to you sometime. But
yeah, sure.
It's just, it's like the thing about it though is like I'm not very like lyrically coherent, I guess is the sentence that would fit that best.
Believe it or not,
at the same time, really?
No, that was just a quick thing that popped in my head. I've been trying to write songs for a long time. I'm better at writing poems. I mean, they're kind of the same thing, but like I've written songs. I've written a lot of songs. I mean, I've shown you one, I believe. My fairy tale is what it's called. I've got 62 songs uploaded to my YouTube. So I'm a music guy too, but I'm not a lyric guy. Give me a song.
Yeah, me too. Like,
give me a song to sing. I can make a beat. I can make everything for it. I just can't do the lyrics. So I'm actually trying to find someone, because I can rap really good. Actually. Yeah. Like I can.
I love sucking dick.
But
that just came to my head.
But like I can do a lot of Eminem songs. I can do a lot of really fast rap. If I know the lyrics and I can learn it, then I'll be able to do it. And I want someone to write me.
I know Rap God.
I want someone to write with me or for me, and then I can shout them out.
No, I did the writing.
Yeah,
I did the writing with my friend Josh, who does music writing. Like he makes music all the time, and I did the writing with him because he just he can actually do it, right? But like all I did was just tell him like what I was feeling at the time. Like trying to think, like not too long ago, I don't know what happened. I just instantly just felt super depressed about anything that came my way. Yeah, and I think what it was just holding it up, right? Like I held it up and I bundled it up and pretended it didn't exist for like a year. And then it just all collapsed on me. And so I just wrote a song about it, like about everything, like about feeling worthless, about feeling like left out and shit. Because and the reason why I don't want to make it too public now is I'm going to learn from your mistake here, because if I do get raided by the cops, I collect knives. That's not a joke. I collect knives.
Yeah. Well,
like I have a karambit, I have a bayonet. Like they're gonna get the wrong idea.
Right.
So I'm gonna be careful with that one now.
I did technically get raided because there was like a platoon of cops outside my apartment. It was ridiculous. But yeah, I try to now, learning from past stuff, to not hold it in, especially in the moment, because I've struggled with depression. I've never really known what happiness is, because like I don't think that's a different level of achievement to get happiness.
It's unrealistic.
Yeah,
like
I can
to feel truly happy. You can't,
like 100% of the time.
To be honest,
is and there's people that I believe can be 100% of the time happy, but that's also that would be due to like chemistry. What, like they have a certain amount of what is, like, dopamine that's just always running that most people don't. And I would say that most of the time, people that are always happy or prove to be happy, or say that they're happy, like I always go to the example of every fucking female at an In-N-Out drive-through. It was like, "Hi, what can I get you?" And I was like, "Fucking, that's so fake as fuck, bitch. Just
it's the most fake thing on the planet.
Just tell me how much you hate your life and give me my fucking burger, and your shitty ass burger."
Dude, the fact that the shitty ass burger is the real roast here.
I don't like it enough.
I get that.
I don't like it enough.
Like, look, there is a line like "fake it till you make it," and don't get me wrong, with like mental illness and mental health issues, you can actually like fake it, and overall your mood would improve, because that has been proven. But
I've faked it a lot.
At the same time, like at the same time though, you have to let it out sometimes, right? Like I fake it all the time. I'm faking it right now. No, I'm not fine right now.
Damn it, I was gonna make that fucking joke.
No, but like everybody that I made friends with in high school though, like I just had this, hey, I'm a positive, everything is awesome about life guy. But then with the real people that I made friends with, I'm like, oh yeah, I fucking hate this, like save me and shit like that.
Life.
And they realized, oh fuck, yeah, life. Yeah, so no, but like, and my issue is I can't like find good in me. Sometimes it depends, like some days it's different, but most of the time I can't find good in me. But then if anybody comes to me for help, I will shower them with compliments, because I can see value in other people, just not myself.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why, but that is a normal thing, actually.
Yeah, I can be the same way. For me, it's just I have gotten to a point of content where I'm okay with not being happy, but I'm at the same time able to get through the day. There are some times where I'm just like, I'm not gonna get out of bed. I'm not gonna do jack shit. If I do get out of bed, I'm going right to my computer and sitting in front of a video that I'm not even paying attention to. But I can find joy and be happy in the moment. I can put on a show where when I'm done, I can be like, well, that was fun, but it's over now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm the exact same way with streams. Like, I'll have fun on Cuphead, no matter how good or bad the runs are. I'll always have fun with it. And then after that, I'm just like, agony.
Well, I have a better time. I'm as introverted as they come, but I have learned something about myself, especially through streaming. And this is the first time in like the last year where I've actually had online friends. Like I've had IRL friends that have online friends, and I never really understood it, but now I understand it.
Yeah.
I have energy going into a physical situation with other people, but I get drained so fast, and all I want to do is go home after that. But I can keep it up. I can keep it up when I'm on a call or when there's people in chat. That's my favorite thing, is talking to people that have no fucking idea who I am or what I'm about. They come in, right? It's hard, and people are like, well, why you're jealous? And I was like, yes, I'm jealous of the people that have a decent view count with decent amount of people talking. I'm not jealous of the people that have a chat going a million miles an hour. I want something like, if you know Lil Aggie, he's a speedrunner. I want something like that. And if I ever get to that point, great. But I'm also okay with not getting to that point. I've said this before. Yeah. I'm giving myself about 2 years of this streaming thing to gauge successfulness, and do I want to keep doing this? And if I'm successful, but I don't want to keep doing it, I'm not going to keep doing it. But if I want to keep doing it and I'm not successful, I'll still do it. It's not really both. I mean, it can be both.
Then you just find a new hobby at that point.
Right? Yeah, but it's not like
like with streaming. A lot of people say like, "Oh, don't say that about yourself." Like, no, you'll do good. But you have to be realistic with yourself.
Yeah,
you got to be like, yeah, like you could totally just say that all day, but like, once again, you got to be realistic. Like a lot of Twitch is luck based, and I get told by Bugs and Gaben all the time. It's like, how don't you average as many viewers, Nick? Like, you're funny, you're entertaining, you're actually good at the game. And I said doubt to all of them, and also like I just I'm not as consistent. My internet isn't very good, right? Like it works some days. Hey, speaking of, so some days like my internet doesn't work whenever I want to stream. Speak up. And
it's Lord
all this
Weed.
shit, but like
it's Weed. Wait, what did I say?
Lord Gaben Weed person.
I said Lord.
You said Lord Weed.
Well, I said something. I called him something. Oh God, whatever.
Lord Gaben Weed.
Lord Weed. Gabe. But
yeah, like we just got
whatever. Gabe Lord Weed Ben. That's what I said in his chat. It's the first time he's been.
Dude, that
here.
sounds like a name that he. That sounds like a name you give him on Jackbox.
Weed, how you doing, man? Welcome in.
How you doing, Weed?
Notice that you.
But yeah, like because of that though, like the algorithm doesn't like us as much. Which, like, like that's where the luck factor comes in.
Yeah, Twitch is so fucking saturated. You don't. I always say the best time to get famous on YouTube and the best time to get famous on, the best time to get famous on YouTube was 2012, and the best time to get famous on Twitch was 2015, and those are long gone. And so now it's luck.
Oh yeah.
It's spending money to make money. I advertise my shit on Facebook, and it's good. It gets me views, and it gets me subscribers, and it also gets me really bullshit comments telling me I'm spam, when in reality I'm an actual human clicking the advertise button.
It's not an AI. Like there's a person behind it, and if it is an AI, a person made the AI.
Yeah,
like I actually
it's still spam if it's an AI.
I stopped seeing the world as like because I realized this too, like recently actually. I like whenever I walk on the streets or something, like whenever I just go out on a stroll, like I stopped seeing cars as just things going by. Like that person has a family, that person is part of something that is a greater, like that has like a greater what's the word, like idolization to other people instead of me. And if he died, I wouldn't know, but he would devastate a lot of people, right?
Yeah.
But like I realized I stopped. As a kid, like I used to see that all the time, but then as I got older, I just started saying like, wow, why did I just completely ignore this? Like that's a very big deal, right? Like, why do I stop seeing the world so seriously now? And I feel like it's because we get depressed and shit, because we just sometimes if, you know, like we struggle with depression and shit, right? Like sometimes it'll feel like nothing matters. And then when I realized that, I'm like, oh, maybe some people think that about me too. Like, oh, you know, like they don't mean much to me, but to somebody they do, right?
Oh, yeah.
And that kind of helped me a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, if everybody had the same mindset of every single, you know, real world issue or whatever, we'd be in utopia. However, humans suck.
So fuck humans.
It's we're never gonna.
Yeah, it's like those memes.
Yeah,
like those memes.
Right.
Oh, I love those memes so much.
They're good. Well, I do have some other stuff to get to this stream. It was great talking with you. Thank you for being on, man. If you ever want to come back on again, just let me know.
Oh yeah, for sure. If you ever want me back on, let me know.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Probably not.
Fuck you too.
This concludes this episode of the BingCast. I'll see you guys. I'll see everybody who wants to watch
Thank you
the next
for coming
one.
to the BingCast. That'll be your outro now. Me just beatbox.
Fuck yeah.
Thank you for coming to the BingCast. Thank you for coming to the BingCast. Thank you for coming to the BingCast. Now go and watch some hentai.
Deal.